to another live English class. My name is Christian and this is Canguro English. If you are not connected with me on social media, then please, I'd love to see you in the Facebook group, in the official Canguro English Facebook group. I'd love to see you on my Instagram. My Instagram is incredible. I'd love to see you listening to my podcast. I'm producing lots of content every day for you guys. My challenge for 2018 is to make a video every day from Monday to Friday. Let's see how it goes. I'm trying my best. This live broadcast, everything that I do is made possible by my very, very generous patrons on Patreon. So if you would like to sponsor free education, then check out my Patreon and you can donate money for me to make classes. Cool, so I think this week the notifications are working properly. There are lots of people already in class. It's great to see you all. We have Mangur, Powell, Binish, Dali, Abdullah, Patricia, Fadi, Kid Tsunami. Yes, Kid Tsunami, I'm ready for Hollywood. Call me Hollywood. Ferhat Kaya, Lusa's here, Pankaj is here, Daniel, Zizo from Saudi Arabia. Who else do we have? Kian Mack, Rafael Huerta, Ryan Shapud, Junior Farias. Hey Junior, how are you, my man? Sherbaj from Poland. Huh? Sherbaj, pretty good pronunciation, right? Okay, well, Pankaj says he has a question. Ask me, Pankaj. That's why I'm here. I'll take a couple of questions, then I'm going to do some vocabulary, and today we are going to do conditionals. I hope that you are all ready to learn conditionals today. 1 second. I forgot to drink any water this morning, so. So Sherbaj, her name is Ania. Her nickname is Sherbaj. Cool nickname. What does it mean? Does it mean anything? Thanks, Kid Tsunami. That's very kind. Hello, Jasik. Or should I say, Yashik? Gosha and Yashik. So Pankaj wants me to talk about the difference between other and others. Okay. Do you mean the difference between other and another? Other and others. Okay. Well. Oops. Well. So other and others. Maybe not others. Only other could be an adjective, or it could be a noun, right? So you could say, I want the other bottle, right? So adjective, noun. This is a bottle, but I want the other bottle. Or I could say, no, not that one, the other. So, adjective or noun. And now others cannot be an adjective because in English, adjectives are not plural or masculine or feminine. Adjectives have only one form. So, others can only be a noun, right? No, not that bottle, the others. Demonstrative adjective. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so the pronunciation is Yatsik. Hello, Yatsik. Although that's my Russian accent. I don't know why. Okay, so Marco is asking the difference between what is able and what is capable. Well, honestly, I don't know why we have two words like this that are very, very similar. I mean, we have able and able. I suspect that maybe, able came in from Latin and capable came in from French. I don't know. I need to look online. But the meaning is very similar. It means that you can do something. You have the ability. Both of these words are related to ability. But it would be the preposition, right? Like, I am able to eat. Okay? So you can see that we use able to, and then we have the verb in the infinitive, able to eat. But capable of with gerund. Capable of eating. So a little difference in form. But the meaning, I think, is the same. He's an able person, a capable person. I think the same. I don't know. After class, I will look up the difference. Did you like my video yesterday? My video about hating Mondays? I made that video on my mobile phone. I loved it. It was a great experience. Okay. Yeah. Dali Labi wants to know the difference between especial and special. Okay, in this form, as an adjective, this doesn't exist as an adjective. No. But as an adverb, you can use both. Like you can say specially or especially, and the meaning is both the same. I think that the word is the same. I think they are two variations. Probably because the pronunciation in the past there was a mistake. Somebody heard specially and then other people heard especially, and language is messy. Okay. Shapur is asking about, can I please teach sentence reductions? I don't know what that is. Can you please tell me what a sentence reduction is? Gosha wants to know the difference between true and truth. Okay. So, true is an adjective. It's a true story, he is a true hero, etc., etc. It's an adjective. And truth is a noun. So, he tells the truth, or I like to hear the truth. So, adjective and noun. Okay? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. Okay. Mariam wants to know the difference between talk and speak. It's a great, it's a great question. In a lot of ways, they are identical, right? So, I can talk to you, I can speak to you. If I'm telling a story, I can say, yesterday I was speaking to my wife, yesterday I was talking to my wife. It's the same, they are identical. But in certain specific situations, we have to use one or the other. You could say, Christian, I need to have a talk with you. When we use it as a noun, it's very scary. I need to have a talk. When it's a noun, wow, be careful. This means that it's serious. Okay? Or if your wife says, Christian, we need to talk. And speak as well. There's an element sometimes of this, right? You could say, the police spoke to me, or I spoke to him about the problem. So there are some little nuances, but in general, it's the same, okay? The same. Okay, so Daniel has a personal question. Where do I prefer to live? In Spain or the UK or Australia? I lived in the UK for 6 years, and I wouldn't want to live there again because, I don't know, I didn't really enjoy the culture, you could say. But I had a great job. I earned a lot of money. I had fun, but no, not again. And Australia, well, I feel like, now maybe this will sound a bit crazy, but I feel like life in Australia is too easy. Like you get up and you go to work and you get paid lots of money and you have lots of holidays and it's very safe and everything is perfect. But, I like a bit more struggle, a bit more difficulty in my life. So I moved to Spain in the middle of the economic crisis. Good idea, Christian. Good idea. Well done. Okay. The difference between one another and each other. Here's, maybe I should put one. I need to improve the quality of my writing, I'm sorry. Okay. You could say, they spoke to each other, and they spoke to one another. And this is different from if you say, they spoke to themselves. A lot of students make this mistake. They say they spoke to themselves, especially if you have reflexive verbs in your language. Now, each other and one another, it's the same, okay? It means that imagine that this is my friend, okay? This is my friend, the green chalk man, Green Lantern. I speak to him. So I speak to him and he speaks to me. We have a conversation, one another, each other, all right? But if you say they spoke to themselves, that means that we are both crazy. The Green Lantern is speaking like this. I'm the Green Lantern. And I'm speaking to myself. I need to go to the supermarket and buy milk. I need to buy food. I'm speaking to myself. This is the difference, okay? But the first two, identical. Um, I don't know anything about the Hello English app. I've never heard of it. I'm sorry, but I'm sure that it's really good. Look, any... It doesn't matter my opinion or the opinion of any other English teacher, okay? If you use this app, and if this app helps you to learn, to communicate, if it works, great. Great. I mean, I have some students that prefer to learn in a specific way. They prefer to learn like the old-fashioned way. And so I give them that because that's what they want, right? And you know, that works for them. So if this app works for you, do it, my man. Do it. Okay. So we have somebody here called Gita Games Plopkoek. Okay, I hope that that's not a bad word, but Gita Games Plopkoek from the Netherlands. So, the people, Dutch people, have a reputation for speaking English really well. And I think there's two reasons for this, right? The first reason is that the Dutch language, the accent, is very similar to an English accent. So when they speak English, they sound good. The sounds are right, it sounds good. And also, I think, historically, there's a connection there between these sort of Germanic languages, Western Germanic languages, and English. And maybe tourism has helped a lot. Okay. There are some questions here I don't understand, like, you want me to teach locational and non-locational, spatial and aspatial? I have no idea what that is. I'm really sorry. Mike Saw has a question. What is the correct form? No smoking or non-smoking? Well... No smoking, okay, this is the imperative, it's an order, right? Okay, you, no smoking. But it's different from the adjective. Okay, this is a verb structure. You are not permitted to smoke, there is no smoking. The other one would be the adjective, right? Like non... This is a non-smoking hotel. To my mind, it's not correct to say this is a no-smoking hotel. As an adjective, no. It sounds weird. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, so yeah. I don't know what is speech reduction. I've never heard of this. I'm sorry. So, Ushantha, I'm going to answer just one more question because I want to teach you something. Okay, and then, so just one more question, which is from Ushantha, which is about the word literally. Okay, so there is this idea that literally means exactly, right? Exactly. And it is true that the origin of this word comes from the Latin letter, right? Letter. Here you can see. So it means something that was written down, something that was concrete, specific, exactly like this. But now, there is a modern habit to say literally with something that is not literal. Like, for example, man, I am literally on fire. Well, well, no, you're not literally on fire, because if you were literally on fire, you would be dead, right? Now, it's true that there is, in modern English, an increase in the use of this word in this way. People say, I'm literally on fire, I'm literally going to kill him, I'm literally going to fall asleep right now, literally, right? But it is not a modern invention. Shakespeare used literally like this. Dickens used literally like this. It has a long history of being used with a metaphor. So maybe for you it's irritating, but it's definitely not something new. And you should experiment. Like right now, I am literally exploding with excitement to teach you conditionals. Okay, so tell us a joke. I'm actually not very good at creating jokes. Okay, I'll tell you this joke. Okay, now it's a really, really stupid joke. Okay, are you ready? Now you have to participate. You have to participate. Okay. So you have to imagine a theater. A big theater. And then the curtain goes up in the theater. And everybody in the audience is clapping. Yes! Yes! And then on the stage in the theater there is a tomato. And the tomato has a big S. A big S. And a cape. A cape. So, who can guess what is the name of this character on the stage? Who is this tomato with the S and the cape? Exactly. It is Super Tomato. Not Superman, Super Tomato. It's a tomato. And so everybody in the audience is like, wow, Super Tomato! And then the curtain goes down. Okay? And the audience is waiting. And then the curtain goes up. And on the stage there is a carrot. A carrot. And the carrot has an S and a cape. Okay? Now, what is the name of this character? Who is this on the stage? The carrot with the S and the cape. So, a lot of you are saying that it's Super Carrot. No, it's not Super Carrot. It's a fan of Super Tomato. That is the worst joke in the world. And one of my students told me this joke, and she was laughing for 10 minutes. She has a strange sense of humor. Okay, let's do a little bit of vocabulary. Okay. Okay. Well, let's continue with this theme. I want you to name 3 vegetables. Now, it's easy to say apple and orange. I want you to Push yourself. Think of a fruit in your country that you love and you don't know the name. Okay? Is it fruit? No, vegetables. Think of some vegetables. Okay, we have a great one here from Gennaro. Fennel. Ooh. Definitely I'm expecting lots of good vegetable vocabulary from the Italian. Spring onion. Nice. Okay. Fennel and spring onion. Ginger. That's a great one. Ginger. Oh, radish. Radish. Cabbage. Very nice. Ah, celery. Celery. Ooh, Jatsik says courgette. In Australia, a courgette is called a zucchini. A zucchini. But in England, it's called a courgette. I think in America, a zucchini, I think. Ooh, okra. If you are watching this from India, then you know exactly what okra is. Okra is definitely love it or hate it, because okra is a little green vegetable, and inside it has a white liquid. And some people like it, some people think it's disgusting. I like it, it's good. Okay, so in Argentina it's a zucchini. Wow. Yes, it's true. Another name for okra is lady's fingers. Lady's fingers. But if I saw a lady with fingers like this, some of these words I don't know, like a hijsi? I don't know what a hijsi is. Rambutan. I've heard of this, I think. A rambutan. What is a rambutan? Sounds familiar to me. It's ringing a bell. Parsnip. Another great vegetable. Really common to eat parsnips at Christmas. Roasted parsnips with olive oil and salt. Oh man. I'm hungry now. I'm hungry. Prashant says there's another vegetable, a brinjal. I don't know what a brinjal is. And also, yes, very good, an aubergine. Aubergine. Rambutan is an Asian fruit with red hair. Yeah, I think maybe I ate one in the past. I'm sure that it's delicious. Yes, and it's true. Another name for aubergine is eggplant. Very true. Okay. Let's do some more vocabulary. Let's do no. No. Some of these are could be no. Okay. What about this one? Tell me 3 things that you can make with paper. 3 things you can make with paper. I mean, the first thing that comes into my mind is an aeroplane, like Sandro as well. Origami, yes, very nice. Okay, so Richardson Hazem says an exam. A book, a ship. You can make a book, you can make a ship. Okay, so, and Antonina, some of you have a similar problem here, okay? I said, what can you make with paper? Not what can you do with paper. It's different. Make is to fabricate something, to create. Right? Create an object. Create something that didn't exist. Do is an activity, an action. So, if I asked you, what can you do with paper? You could say, I can do some writing. I can do, what else? I'm looking for the examples here. I can fold it. Okay, folding is an action, it's not an object. But yes, you can make a ship. You can make a goose. Huh. Very specific, a goose. Why? Why not? Very nice, Gosha, very nice. You can make a ball, it's true. I like to get one. Oh, here's some really useless information from a website. I made a ball. What else have we got here? You can make a fan. It's very true. Make a mathematical figure. Tearing. Yeah, so again, tearing is an action. Be careful. Be careful of the difference. Okay, one more and then we'll talk about conditionals. Okay? Let's have a look. No. Let's do one from the middle here. Oh, this is a great one. What about this? 3 children's party games. What games do children play at parties in your country? I'm very curious about this. I can tell you about some classic games in Anglo-Saxon countries. Hide and seek. A gun game. A gun game? Escondite, hide and seek. So many great games here. Hide and seek, musical chairs. Musical chairs. What else did I see? Pegar la cola al burro. Okay, you say pin the tail. Pin the tail on the donkey. You know, there is an adult version of this game. You have to stick something on the... I think you get the idea. Okay, some of these games I don't know. Like, what is Lele and Shera and Cheese? Numbers War? Father and Mother? I don't know these games. Luch says cross-dressing. Yeah, it's 2018. Why not? Mike Saw says, yummy, not yummy. I don't know this game either. Pañuelito. Pañuelito. I think... I don't know what Pañuelito is. Is it like tag? Run and catch? In American English, it's called Tag. Tag is when one person is it and you have to, the person has to catch you. In Australia we call it chasey. Chasey because you chase the person, and the best version of this game was kiss chasey. So you had to catch the person and then kiss them. In Iran, there's a game called 1 Goal, 2 Goal. Tell me about this. How does this game work? Duck Duck. And I know this game, Duck Duck. I play this with the children here sometimes. 7 stones. Wow, so there's lots of really interesting games here. Wow. Another really common game at English parties is called Pass the Parcel. Pass the parcel. So imagine that this is the present. So you wrap the present in paper once, twice, 3 times. You wrap it like 20 times. And then the children sit in a big circle and you play music, and the children hand it round the circle, right? Round the circle. And then when the music stops, the child who has the present takes off 1 layer. And then the music starts and it goes round and round. And then eventually one child will win the prize in the middle. It's a good game. Full of suspense. Will this be the final wrapping? Truth or dare? Maybe that game is not for children's parties. Okay. Conditionals. I'm curious about how many of you feel confident with all of the conditionals. Just tell me how confident you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. Do you feel 10? Do you feel very, very confident? Or do you feel like 3, like more or less conditionals? Wow. Okay, so very confident, an 8, a 9, an 8, a 5, a 10, an 8, a 7, a 4, a 7, okay, no confidence, a 5 maybe, so very, very mixed, 6 maybe 7, okay. Hi Pasquale, great to have you in here. Okay, so Jatsek says 3, Anton says 0, and Tiago says very confident. Okay, interesting. So definitely a big mix of people feeling confident about conditionals. So, there are four types of conditionals. Okay, we have 0, 1, 2, and 3. And the concept is very simple. So a 0 conditional is true. And as we progress, we move here. We move into things that are completely unreal. Okay, so this is true. For example, if it rains, you get wet. Well, if it rains and you are outside with no umbrella, you get wet. Okay, it's something which is absolutely true. And okay, great. As 1953 emo says, if you heat the ice, it melts. It's something true. It's a fact. And then here we have something which is totally unreal because it's to change the past. So imagine I want to change what I did yesterday. The video. If I had more time, I could have made a better video. So now these conditionals have a fixed structure, right? Like if something, so like if for zero conditionals, if present, and then the second part again is present for zero conditional. So if present, then present. Now, I see that a lot of you feel that mixed conditionals are difficult. There's something special or different about mixed conditionals, but there's nothing special about mixed conditionals. Really, a mixed conditional, it's a bad name for this. It's a bad name. It should not be called a mixed conditional. You are not mixing these things, okay? What you are doing is you are making one simple substitution here. In a mixed conditional, you substitute the second part, only the second part, for a modal verb. And that's it. So I could say that something is true, like if you heat the ice, and then I can use this mixed conditional to add more subtlety, to be more specific about what I want to say. If I heat ice, it will probably melt. It might melt. It should melt. It could melt. I'm using modal verbs, the classic modals. Should, would, could, might, have to, need to, dare to. And that's it, okay? Think of this. Think of a mixed conditional like an opportunity to give more detail. You could say, if I heat ice, it has to melt. You're telling me that it's like an obligation. Or maybe you're not sure. If I heat ice, it might melt. You're not sure. Or you could say with a challenge, if you heat ice, I dare it to melt. They're all different. They're just an opportunity to express yourself with more precision. Don't think about mixed conditionals like a mix. It's not a mix, okay? Okay. Now, let's practice. I have this really cool game called Scruples. I bought it in a second-hand shop for £4. Okay. And it's a super simple game. So you have cards, and on the card is an imaginary situation. For example, here we go. Here's the situation. I'll read it to you. At lunch, your colleagues are running down the work of a person who is absent. Do you speak up for the absent colleague? So at lunch, your colleagues are running down the work of a person who is absent. They are saying bad things about your work colleague. The question is, do you speak up? Now, to talk about this, you can use any conditional you want. Go for it. Exactly, Gosha. It depends what you want to say. If you want to say that what you would do is the truth, use this. If it's probable, use this. If it's something that is more unlikely, use this. And if you want to talk about a situation that happened to you in the past, use the third conditional. So, no, I would not. Great. I would definitely speak up. If I don't have so many works, I dare. I can't stop watching your class. Okay. Please repeat the question. Yes, thank you very much, Aredas, for providing a definition of a scruple. A scruple is a feeling of doubt or hesitation with regard to the morality or propriety of a course of action. If he were my friend, I would speak up for him. Hello, Lenny. Great to have you here. Go to town. Okay. Let's try another conditional. Okay. What about this one? This is maybe a bit more realistic. You hit a large bird while you're driving, and you leave it dying by the side of the road. You know that you should kill the bird and put it out of its misery. Would you kill the bird? So imagine you're driving your car and you hit a bird. The bird is suffering. You should kill the bird, put it out of its misery, but would you kill the bird? Wow, man, this is deep. This is too deep for an English class. If I were my colleague, I would defend myself. Yes, Sandra, that is perfect. If I were my colleague, I would defend myself. That's the second conditional. Daniel Sanchez Lopez, if they had been talking ill, I would have not talked something, I would have said something. But it was a pretty light criticism. Very good. Gosha, I would speak with them if I had time. If I had time. Because second conditional is would and past. Okay? Farzana said I would ask for help. Kitsunami says it depends on the traffic. It does depend on the traffic. Yes, in New York, if you hit a bird, keep driving. It's impossible to help the bird. I would definitely move the bird out of its misery. Not move, put. I would put it out of its misery. Shapur says, if I hit a bird, I would take him to hospital. Mayela says that she would cry because of the birds. I agree. I think it would be sad. Okay, let's do one more. Ooh, I like this one. You win a large fortune in the lottery, and the publicity results in many people asking you for money. Do you respond? Wow. So you win the lottery, you have millions of euros, and people send you letters. Please, I have no house, my children are hungry. Do you respond? I'm curious. Ehsan said, if I hit a bird, I would be innocent. Farzana says that she would hire somebody to arrange the money, to arrange distributing the money. Francesco says no. Mencha, no. Shapur says, if I win something in the lottery, I can help poor people. Good. Rolandus, if I win the lottery, I would share. If I won the lottery, I would share my winnings to help others. It depends on the amount, of course. It depends on the amount, of course. Sandra says, it's a little bit strange that we use were instead of was in the conditionals. Okay, the reason for this is the subjunctive. If you watch my class about the subjunctive, it explains this. But you can use was or were, they're both correct. It's not necessary to use were, okay? Stonebroke Adventure already has a plan. Good. Anderson says, if I win the lottery, I will build a lot of houses for homeless people. Mayela says that she'd prefer to be my patron. Well, if you win the lottery, imagine the content that we could create together. Wow. Kevin. Kevin. Kevin Gamer Pro. If I win a lot of money, I would share my money with everyone in need. Zied. If I won and get a lot of letters, I would only help the people who know well they need money. Kid Tsunami would donate to awesome YouTube teachers. Ahmed wants to know if I do English courses. No, I don't sell courses. I don't have a book or a course or a ebook or anything. Just me. Just me. Wow, great, Kevin. Okay, so listen, guys, it's time for me to go. But one thing, very important. Today, I am going to be doing some live classes on Instagram. And they are interactive. I can choose a student to have a live class with. And they can ask me any questions and everybody can watch. So if you are not following me on Instagram, then follow me on Insta. And sometime today, I will appear and I will talk directly to some students. I'm looking forward to it. I think it will be great fun. But for now, I have to go. Lots of love to all of you. I had a great time today. And I'll see you in class very, very soon. Tomorrow or today, very soon. Bye. Bye.